Once again, we'd like to welcome everyone to Randy and Candy Yao's Extreme Desire podcast, where we meet, talk, learn, and hear from some of the legends and people in the real world of hunting, where we keep things down to earth with real people. So we're here today at the Utah Ladies Hunting Camp, and we have Brooke Smith and Serena Thompson, both instructors. They've been with us for 3 years now?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, 3 years.
So, and Serena is our rifle instructor, and Brooke is going to teach how to prepare your mind and body for the hunt, which is pretty important, actually. So let's just start with you, Brooke. Tell me a little bit about that class and why you picked it, and a little bit about Ladies Hunting Camp and about you.
All right. First, the class I picked was, I think it's hard, especially for women, if they're going out for the first time hunting with husbands or significant others. Men are just wired way different than we are. Their thermostats are different than ours.
That's for sure.
Their diet is way different than, at least personally for me, diets are way different. Mm-hmm. And so I just kind of want to give ladies a heads up what to expect and not to get discouraged. I mean, your boyfriend, husband, whomever may be able to just throw a sweatshirt on and go out for a hunt, where I need a base layer and coats and vests and sweatshirts, and, you know, I'll just take them off during the day. And like, same thing with diet. I mean, when I'm hunting, I try to eat the exact same thing when I'm hunting that I do at home. That way my body stays happy and, you know, everything stays fairly normal. Instead of going and just gorging on hot dogs and potato salad and stuff, you know, like most people do when they're camping, and then you're bloated and miserable, and
exactly,
and it's just not fun. You know, men tend to walk faster than we do, and
yes.
But women tend to hear and see more because we do walk slower. And so I just want to give them a heads up, because it can be super discouraging if you go out, you don't know what to expect, and your husband's, you know, yelling at you for stepping on sticks because you're trying to keep up, and, you know, you're cold and you've got a gut ache.
You're hangry.
Exactly. I mean, there's just, I don't know. I like to be prepared no matter what I'm doing, so I just want to give them the opportunity as well. And, like, you know, not buy a brand new pair of boots the day before you go out and go on a 5-mile hike. It's just not going to be enjoyable. So that's why I picked that class. And then I'd like to go over fitness and that sort of stuff as well. So
tell us a little bit about you. I know I tell your story all the time at stuff, but I'd like to hear it from you. I've known you distantly for many, many years.
Right.
But let's pick up at your first ladies camp and just kind of talk just briefly about that.
You're going to make me cry. I don't
like
to
cry.
Okay.
No.
So, my first ladies hunting camp was 3 years ago. I was divorced within the year and a half before that, and I had wanted to come to camp the first couple of years, and it just didn't work out. So I just thought, well, heck, I'm going to do it, and my boyfriend at the time was super supportive, and so I came, and I had not been able to hunt that year, just with the divorce and the way everything worked out, and I was like depressed. I mean, it sucked, because that's the one thing that I really enjoy to do. And I had never archery hunted before. So that was my mindset going into the ladies hunting camp, is I wanted to learn archery. So I picked up the bow for the first time at ladies hunting camp, and I fell in love with it. And I've just kind of ran with it ever since. And the ladies hunting camp it's been so important to me since then, because, I mean, it was a life changer. It kind of helped bring me out of a depression and gave me a new thing to focus on. Because I've always rifle hunted, and I don't know, the archery is it's really therapeutic for me. It's kind of, I don't know, it's intimate to me. I mean, I love rifles. I love rifle hunting, but I don't know, the archery is just super intimate.
Right.
So, yeah, if it weren't for ladies hunting camp, I don't know that I would have done that, because I don't think I would have gone to a bow shop and just asked the questions and, you know, just been some chick walking in the bow shop not knowing anything.
Right. Yeah.
I mean, at camp, you know, all the gals that were on the archery range were super helpful, and even after camp, I mean, we all exchanged information, so you just have this outlet of people to, you know, lean on, ask questions of, and they know kind of your story. They know where you've been, where you're wanting to go, and how to help you get where you want to go. So, yeah.
And we have such a great group of ladies, and I'm really bragging, but it's really the truth. The instructors that we have, and even the people taking the classes, are so open, so knowledgeable, and yet so willing to help. There's
Absolutely.
nothing they wouldn't do
Right.
throughout the whole year.
Mm-hmm.
And you guys find yourselves doing that now too. You've been helping so many other projects now, just reaching out because it's such a good feeling. So let's just stick with you for just a few more minutes. So after you learned to hunt or shoot your bow, sorry, take that back, shoot your bow, where have you gone? Tell me what you've excelled in the last couple of years, because I'm getting goosebumps. It's really not cold out here.
Right. It's far from cold. So yeah, that was, hunting camp was in June, or I guess it was end of May that year. I bought my first bow in June, and by that fall, I did go on an elk hunt. I was unsuccessful, but I did take a shot at a bull. So I mean that was pretty cool. But for some reason I got this idea I wanted to do train to hunt. I had heard about it. I'm not a fitness person whatsoever. Never had stepped foot in a gym, but yeah, that train to hunt thing, just I don't know if it was a midlife crisis or what, but I'm like, that sounds like fun. I mean, it's a great challenge. So. For those of you who don't know what train to hunt is, I kind of describe it as a archery Spartan race. So you do different challenges, and the idea of it is to get your heart rate up and be able to shoot accurately. So you do this challenge course, and then you have to run like a 1.5 mile run with 30 pounds in your pack. At least for the ladies, it's 30 pounds. You have 2 targets to shoot there, and then there's an entire 3D course that you have to shoot as well during the day. So all of your shots are scored, and those go against your time. And so you're competing against other people in your age group. So my first one was last year, and I took first at Oregon, and I decided I would go ahead and go to nationals. The first 3 qualify for nationals. I didn't know if I was ready for that or not, but I ended up taking second at nationals, so I was pretty excited. I just wanted to get on the podium at Oregon. I just didn't want to be the last person of the day. That was like my only goal when I started, which I know was a pretty small goal, but I didn't want to disappoint myself. So
that's a pretty cool goal.
But the cool thing with Train to Hunt is, I mean, you're competing against other people, but it's a lot like ladies hunting camp. Everyone is super supportive, because we can be competing against one another, but everyone is at the finish line rooting you on. I mean, when you're exhausted, and I mean, sweat is just pouring and you're out of breath, someone's there to grab your bow, take your pack off of you. I mean, just it's amazing experience, really. And then this year, I sustained a little bit of an injury, but I wanted to at least compete in Oregon this year. So I competed at Oregon, and then actually Serena and her husband, they competed as well in the co-ed team. So that was pretty exciting. And we had another member that was at the Oregon camp last year who also competed.
Yes.
So
and placed.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep. Mm-hmm. And Rihanna was there, and she won her division. So it's pretty exciting.
Yes.
It's fun. Absolutely.
So that's a huge accomplishment in 2 years.
Yeah.
That's huge. So, and we're very proud of her. But
Thank you.
not just that, now watching how, like I said, she's reaching out and helping others. You're now a certified archery instructor as well as Serena.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So, they're becoming extremely well-rounded, which they already were. They were both very well, like you said, you'd never shot a bow, but you hunted your whole life. Mm-hmm. You shot rifles, you're very outdoorsy, very capable of doing anything. But now to watch, I mean, it's almost like being a proud parent or something when these ladies go out there. And I mean, their lives are changing, not just because of ladies camp. Certainly not that. We're going to get to you, and you've done a lot of amazing things too here in a second. But what I love to see is then when you start reaching out and bringing others into this, and they're successful. And, we're going to see it before this camp's over. We're going to see a lot of tears, a lot of joyful tears, but a lot of, ladies are transforming. They're finding themselves. And so.
And one cool thing, because a lot of people, I guess there's a stereotype that ladies come here so that they can go and hunt with their husbands or boyfriends or whomever. There's a ton of ladies who go and hunt together.
Yes.
I mean,
Right.
Serena and I have, but yeah, because some ladies' husbands don't hunt.
Right.
So it gives them a network where they can go and do things with people that are like-minded and enjoy doing the same stuff. So
Exactly.
That first year, there was a lady that came from Texas, I believe. She flew up, took the camp, and we asked her why she was taking the camp, and she says, I'm a single mom, I have a 9-year-old boy, and all he wants to do is hunt. And I don't know anything. I don't know the difference between a pistol and a rifle. She ended up winning the Weatherby that year. That was pretty cool. But, I mean, we see everything. We see people who hate guns but want the most natural, meat and foods for their families that are taking up hunting, because that is by far the most organic and healthy. So we see kind of all aspects of ladies. It makes it pretty exciting.
Yeah, and I know like my stepmom came last year, and she has no desire to hunt. But she, like so many other women, when they left, the word is empowered, because I mean that word gets used probably more than any, I think, when it comes to camp. But she felt comfortable with firearms, and that's the huge thing. And there's no pressure, because I mean our instructors are, I mean they've been there, they've done it. It's take it at your own pace. And there's no stupid questions. It's just
And we don't care if you break down and cry. You know,
No.
sometimes you have to hit that rock before you can step over it. So
I'm pretty sure the instructors have cried at some point.
Oh yeah.
During classes. I know I did last year. Probably will this year.
Yeah.
no, it's pretty awesome.
So Serena, tell us, you know, and I met Serena when the first year she came to the camp. So we haven't known each other forever, but I feel like we have. I feel like we're very, very, very good friends. These ladies helped me so much with this throughout the year. You don't even understand. When it comes to technology and organization, I have neither. So I call them, help! And they jump right up. So tell me a little bit about your whole life getting into hunting, and then just in the last 2 or 3 years, some major stuff has happened with you too.
Yeah, so I grew up in a hunting family. You know, I pretty much knew it from birth. So I feel like it's a little bit easier. You know, when you grow up in it, you learn, you have a lot more experience. And, you know, I grew up with hunting with my parents. I can, you know, just still remember, you know, we had this single cab gold Chevy, and we would, all 4 of us would pile in it, and we'd go on. Like, you know, we didn't really have a choice at that point. My parents hunted. We didn't have anybody to watch us, so we went, and we learned from that early age on where our food came from. You know, respect for the animals. It's not just about killing. It's, you know, they're providing this, you know, food for us to eat and thrive. And, you know, so learning that from a young age, or from a young age for me. Now, you know, I have 2 little kids, and, you know, we're working to instill those same, you know, qualities and things for them.
Right. I see the pictures on social media. They are so stinking cute. Well, I've met them many times, but the archery one the other day, oh my gosh, that was so cute.
Those 2. Yeah, they're funny. Wyatt, he's 6, and he's super into the hunting and, you know, things like that. Gracie, she's more of my drama queen princess, but she still gets it. She understands it. She's getting it, and I think she'll come around eventually.
Well, and we all went to a 3D shoot about a month ago, probably, and the kids went with us, and it was 40 targets, and it was like 80 degrees that day. Those kids were troopers. Yeah. Not once did they whine, and they took turns shooting at the targets. I mean, that's awesome. They were great. It was awesome.
Totally awesome.
Yeah.
Or they could just sit in a room and play on an iPod or something, you know, or walk around the streets of a city, or they could actually learn how to take care of themselves.
Exactly. I mean, Wyatt, we did he's really into fire building. So we started out, you know, with the propane fire starters. I was like, okay, you know, we can, you know, teach him and things like that. Now we're on the flint because he was way too fast. So like I'll send him out. We watch Naked and Afraid, and so he learns a ton off of that. And he'll go out in the yard and he'll get all of his dry tinder and he'll make his little fire. And
that's cute.
I mean, he's very resourceful. And for me as a parent, I feel extremely proud. I mean, if he was stranded by himself, I am very confident he could be warm and eat. He'd be fine.
How many children in this whole entire nation can say that right now?
Exactly.
Not very many.
Yeah.
No.
So that's a huge accomplishment. So let's talk about you a little bit more. Last couple years, you've taken some major steps that took a lot of guts and paid off.
Yeah, it has paid off, and especially for me, because I am a very, very shy person. Very shy. And so to do some of the things that I've done, I feel, like you said, accomplished. I feel like, you know, I've bettered myself, and I'm not as shy, as, you know, reserved as maybe I was just a couple of years ago.
Right. I've seen that. That's
So,
pretty cool.
stepping out of my shell. But yeah, so I've started my own company. I own, I'm the co-founder of Nature's Paint, an all-natural camo face paint. I have super sensitive skin, and so a couple years ago, I had made up my mind that I was just going to find something that worked for myself. And so I, Googled, and Amazon were my best friends, and I came up with this concoction, and it turned out way better. And, it's like history now.
That's pretty cool.
So,
I've never used face paint for the same reason.
right.
Well, that, and it's usually just Randy and I, and he's going to laugh at how I put it on. So we've just never used it. We use it now.
Mm-hmm.
And I love it. It doesn't bother my skin at all.
Right.
And it's
And
easy on, easy off.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah, that was my big thing. It had to be easy on, easy off, and not irritate my skin. Like, I wanted to feel like nothing was on my face.
Right.
So, yeah, so I'm pretty proud of that. We're still working, but it's going good.
Good.
So,
Good. And then you took a big step and applied or ran for, or whatever the word is, for the Extreme Huntress.
I did. So I did Extreme Huntress last year.
Last year.
I guess I left Utah last year and
did.
I flew straight to Texas. And I ended up second, which for me, I just wanted to make it to the top 6. And
Right.
once I made it, because the top 6 go to Texas to compete and hunt and all of that. And that was my goal, kind of like Brooke. She just wanted to get on the podium. I
Right.
just wanted to get to Texas. And so I made it to Texas, and I ended up second. And, I was proud of myself because, like I said, I'm shy. I wouldn't typically do that thing. You have to do like a full video submission and everybody sees it. And so, yeah, it was good. It was a good experience for sure.
Yes. No, it is. It is. And those things are hard. There's way more to them than just the hunting and the physical and the shooting, which we know she's capable of all of those, and definitely in first place quality. But there's other things involved. So second is good. There's people from all over the world that come to that.
Yeah. Mhm.
So as you said, just to make the top 6 is pretty amazing.
Right, yeah, I was, like I said, I was happy with making it to the top 6. Like, for me, that was winning it, just to make it to the top 6, to get there, to be able to go and experience, just the whole aspect of, you're filming everything. And so, like, when we hunt, like, okay, there's the elk, I'm going to shoot it. I don't have to wait for the camera guy. I don't have to wait for, everybody like that. And so it's a total different aspect. And
Yeah.
it was actually my first exotic hunt. I had never been on an exotic. So to be able to experience that and to take, a black buck and an axis doe and a Corsican ram was, 3 things checked right off the bucket list
Isn't that
for
cool?
me. So,
Right.
yeah. Mhm.
Yeah. Yep. So, and she has a huge support group. And there again, I'm not going to claim it's the ladies' camp because I don't want to toot my horn too much, but a whole lot of them are from there.
Huge, yeah.
We were on Facebook and Instagram and texting each other all night for and everybody absolutely loves her and wanted her to do the best, which she did, and we're just super, super proud of her. We couldn't be prouder. And I think that's probably what I want to get across more than anything. This is the success of the ladies hunting camp. Yes, there's a lot of other things offered. There's great prizes. There's all kinds of stuff. But when you get these type of people that are your instructors and that, truly care about what you're going to learn, that's what causes success. So
Exactly. Yeah, I met my best friend.
there you go.
3 years ago
Yep,
at
absolutely.
hunting camp.
Yeah,
And
that's all because of hunting camp.
I would have probably never, even though we live like 30 minutes away, I probably would have never have met her without ladies hunting camp. And, yeah, ladies hunting camp is awesome. It's, you leave with friends for a lifetime.
Yes.
It's not, you come here, you see them, never talk to anybody again.
Right.
It's, you talk throughout the whole year. You go hunting. Brooke and I went turkey hunting this year.
Yes.
You just, it's not just the camp, see ya later. It's everything after. And
It's friendships.
Yeah.
Exactly.
And it's empowerment. And it doesn't matter if you're the instructor or if you're the person taking it.
Oh, yeah. No.
No.
It's still,
Hands down.
even like Randy, he wasn't real sure about this when we first started it. And he's like, whoa, I've watched so many ladies' lives change.
Mhm.
So, it's empowerment.
Yeah.
Exactly.
And like my first camp, I was a little hesitant. Just you think of ladies hunting camp, and sometimes ladies can be catty.
Oh,
and
yeah.
I was.
Oh, yeah.
I was scared, honestly, because I'm not confrontational. I don't get into that sort of drama stuff. So I was like, I didn't know what to expect, and from the minute I stepped out of my pickup, I knew it's not like that. I mean, everyone was super nice and friendly, and everyone was a friend when you walked into the barn to, do registration. So
Exactly.
So yeah, if anyone has that sort of picture in their mind, it's not like that whatsoever.
Not at all.
Right.
No,
yeah, that fear that,
Yeah.
Yeah, because there's none of that
No.
whatsoever.
And if there is, I'm not seeing it.
No.
Me neither.
Yeah.
No.
So
Three blind mice.
That we are. Put our goggles on.
Right.
Okay, ladies. Well, we'll wrap this up. I'm not saying we won't have another one before this weekend's up. We're going to try to keep the podcast going. We've got a lot of really incredible people coming this week, and it's going to be a lot of super good surprises. So
Awesome.
we're just going to keep these things rolling throughout. But thank you guys very much.
Yeah, no, thanks for having us.
And thank you for all you do.
Yes, thank
if it
you.
weren't for you,
Happy birthday.
yes, happy birthday. But
They
no,
had to bring that up.
Exactly. Exactly. No, if it weren't for you, Candy, Serena and I probably wouldn't be friends. And
Right.
just,
Mm-hmm.
who knows if we'd be where we are now. I know for me, probably
exactly.
not. So you've touched so many of our
Mhm.
lives, and
Exactly.
there's no way we could ever repay you. So I
Thank
know
you.
thank you is
Hands
not enough.
Oh, it is too.
Right.
It is.
But no, we love you.
Because I
and-
gained some very precious friends too.
Absolutely.
Yeah, no, I 100% agree. And like you said, with the Extreme Huntress, there's probably no way I would have finished it without you and Brooke and just everybody
support.
because, the support is huge.
Because it's a mental game.
Exactly.
Mhm.
When you're doing something like that and you've got people talking in your ear and, you're beating yourself up and
Yeah.
for sure.
All right. Love you guys.
Love you too.
Love you too.
Get up before we cry.
Hope you enjoyed this week's podcast, and remember, it's not always perfect, but it is always real with Extreme Desire. Please always remember we cannot continue without social media these days. Once again, we ask that you like us, Randy and Candy Yao's Extreme Desire, on Facebook, follow us on Instagram, and subscribe to our YouTube channel. And please check out our website, extremedesiretv.com. See you next week, same place, same time.